We're going to begin with some sobering numbers showing just because vaccines are available does not mean that the pandemic is behind us just yet. San Diego County is seeing a concerning rise in cases again. In fact, in the past week alone, 3,465 COVID-19 cases were reported in the county. That's 82% more cases in the previous 7-day period. Right now, we are seeing around 400 to 500 new cases each day, the most since February. COVID hospitalizations are also trending up, with patients surpassing 100 on July 6th and 200 just yesterday.
So the recent number of cases has pushed the county's case rate to 7.6. You might remember that number was a big deal when we were still under the state's tiered restriction system, which was retired on June 15th. With today's update, we'd be back in the red tier if that system were still in place. That begs the question, if the case rates are back into those tier levels, could a return to restrictions be next, driven by people not getting the vaccine?
NBC7's Dave Summers looks into that for us tonight.
After all the steps taken to get back to pre-pandemic norms, health experts blame the recent spike in COVID-19 cases on the fast-spreading Delta variant and lagging vaccination rates.
We still have a big enough percentage of population that's not vaccinated that still allows, for a variant like the Delta variant to do what it's doing now.
Dr. Schalch Lepe says a return to some past practices before there were vaccines would be a great benefit.
At least the indoor masking recommendations and some of the social distancing recommendations could be fairly easily reinstated, and it would probably make a difference.
But what about others? The state's previous red tier designation indicated a substantial spread of the virus. Indoor gatherings were strongly discouraged. Retail and church services had a 50% capacity limit. Bars were closed. And restaurants had to operate at a 25% indoor capacity.
The shops and businesses here in Little Italy combined lost millions, and most businesses are still trying to get whole again. The idea of returning to a tier system and its restrictions is getting some strong opinions.
Little Italy visitor Karim Kaliki is excited to be outside without a mask, but he's not so sure about inside.
I see how quickly it can get out of hand if we don't follow, the guidelines and the procedures that were put in place in the first place.
Allegro had to close for a time, but survived capacity limits, outdoor dining, and staff shortages.
It was a hard time for every restaurant, every single business, especially I think we got hurt a little more there. The restaurant business.
Owner Marco Pervino has a better idea.
Maybe I'm wrong, but I think I would always suggest to get a shot of vaccine to everyone as well too. I think it's gonna be a big helpful. Maybe not 100%, but at least it can be some protection.
Dr. Schalch Lepe agrees and says the rising case rates should tell us something.
We're nowhere near that coveted, herd immunity that, I don't think we're gonna reach anytime soon. And now we have a, very contagious variant that's taking a hold and taking advantage.
Dave Summers, NBC7.
The new case rates per 100,000 people do not distinguish between those vaccinated and those who aren't, but statewide statistics from last week just indicate that unvaccinated people account for more than 5 times the number of positive cases compared to those who are vaccinated.